Welcome back to Sweet Insanity. I'm Jayce Ran, your guide into the shadows of writing. Today we go deeper, crafting unforgettable monsters and phantoms, the entities that haunt your nightmares and refuse to leave. First step, start with the mundane. Transform something ordinary, a child's doll, an old portrait, a pet, into the uncanny. Imagine a porcelain doll whose flickered eyes follow you even when you move, or a cat whose fur parts to reveal something not alive beneath, familiar with a seam ripped open, unnerving. Why this works, it taps into primal dread. We fear what should be safe turning wrong, the uncanny valley of reassurance mutating into a wound in perception. Now, give your creature purpose. A phantom isn't just directionless evil. Maybe it's bound to a memory, replaying a final breath, or compelled to collect tears to fill an empty soul. Ground the monstrous in emotion so it resonates with universal fears. Hint at its presence before you show it. Let the floorboard groan under invisible weight. Let the character wake at 3 a.m. to sound of breath that isn't their own. Let door handles rotate on their own. Anticipation is a sharper edge than the reveal. When you do reveal it, make the full view count. Don't rush. Stretch it out. She, if it is a she, stood taller than any human, silhouette swollen and shifting like putrefaction, her mouth split, not to scream but to listen, and in that moment, I felt I was the one being examined. Next, tie it to your protagonist. If they fear abandonment, the phantom shows up as someone they lost. If they dread betrayal, let the monster speak comforting lies. Never is horror more potent than when it echoes the hero's own soul. Now, setting. Every aspect must reflect that dread. A storm-racked house, a flooded basement full of unmarked antiques, the squeal of failing neon. The environment, it is the monster's skin. When the wind writes its name on broken glass, you feel the presence before it shows. But hold back. Leave gaps. Maybe the phantom's eyes burn. Maybe they don't exist at all. Only a black void. Let voices whisper out of sync. Unanswered questions are the parasite that grows dread in the reader's mind. Here's your worksheet. Lay it over your draft to deepen your creature. The familiar. Base. What ordinary thing do you warp? Distortion. How is it wrong? Eyes, limbs, texture. Emotion and motivation. Why does it haunt? Foreshadowing clues. What subtle signs precedent the reveal? Connection to hero. What is it? To them. Fear, guilt, longing? Atmospheric setting. How does the world reflect its presence? Unanswered mystery. What stays hidden? Let's stitch those elements together. Open with the protagonist interacting with something mundane, say a childhood toy in the attic. Drop a line. Its head tilted when I walked away. Now let them feel uneasy. Shadows in the corner, a hum that fades. Then reveal. The toy's eyes tracking them, glass chipped like fangs. Layer and reflection. I remembered why I stored it away. The day my sister disappeared. I swore I'd buried every piece of her in that toy. Now, hint at purpose. Maybe the phantom wants to speak for the lost sister. Maybe it uses the toy to call the sister's name at 3 a.m. Deliver it in breaths. I heard it again that night. Her name, cracked and intimate. Then let darkness reclaim the scene and leave the reader waiting for the next echo. That's the core. Twist the known. Bind the beast to emotion. Tease before revealing. Connect and unsettle. Leave everything just unresolved enough to fester. I'm Jayce Ran. If this tutorial struck a nerve, like, subscribe, and drop a comment with your monster concept. I want to see what you conjure. Next time we dive into POV, how to trap readers inside the terror so that your words breathe nightmare. Until then, keep writing and keep haunting. This has been Jayce Ran. Over and out, my friends.